Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Happy Monday. And join me, Jericho Green, at locals.com for Major Monday. That's where I am every Monday afternoon, 1:05 p.m. to talk about all the crazy shit that happened over the weekend. And today is no different. Make sure you check out mygreengear.com. And as I mentioned on my live on Saturday, we had some family coming into town. We got to meet our baby niece. She's 3 months old, and she was just as beautiful and as perfect as we thought she was going to be. But I saw something real cool. You know, I'm sure like most people, we love to see nature work. We love to see nature do its thing, and not just with animals and stuff, but with people too. So our niece was there this weekend, and her two sisters and my sister-in-law and everybody was there, my wife and the mother-in-law. And the baby, I think she just woke up or something, and she cried a little bit. And everybody just went into motion. I was standing there a few feet from her, and then all of a sudden from behind me, my wife, my nieces, my sister-in-law, they had binkies and bottles and blankets. They were on it. It was nature. It was natural. It reminded me of that scene from Fifth Element where Gary Oldman, he's in his office. He's the bad guy. And he's in his office, and he drops a glass he's making a point. He's showing all these robots and all these things that do everything for him. And he drops the glass, and these little Roomba-looking things appear, and they're sweeping up the glass and soaking up the water. It was automatic. As soon as he made the mess, everybody knew their role. Same with the little baby. And I know 2023 is taking a fat shit on all that natural, traditional stuff that got us here, that put us in a position for you to even say some crazy shit like that. You know, women are men, men are women, dudes can get pregnant and get periods. Shit. Ew. But despite all that, we know the truth, and we all know our natural gender roles, and it was amazing to see. I almost got out of the way. I was a hindrance. I should have just stepped aside. Shit was beautiful. But something else that happened over the weekend that was kind of beautiful too. Not as beautiful as my niece, but another hockey player. Are hockey players gonna save sports? Are hockey players gonna do that, eh? Because this is the second hockey player who's come out against the Ku Klux Klans alphabet soup group bullshit. Now, I was under the impression that June was their month. And then they stole October too, because October it's Alphabet Soup Group Heritage Month. So now they got 2 months out of us, but it appears to be every damn month because it was another Pride Week. That's right. San Jose Sharks had a week jam-packed with activities and fun for everybody at the hockey game. And part of this bullshit is wearing a rainbow-colored jersey during warm-ups. And there was a player named James Reimer who wasn't having it. And you know what he cited? He cited the worst thing to the left, the worst thing to the woke. You can be a lot of things. You can do a lot of things. And you can do a lot of things under the guise of certain things. It's a lot of things. But the one thing you can't do is cite your religious beliefs. Ah, no! Please. Not religion. They hate that shit. Now it reminds them of probably reminds them of their religious parents who didn't accept what the fuck they were into, but boy, do they hate organized religion. That's the worst. But he did it. He cited his religious beliefs. He said, ever since I've been in hockey, I've been a Christian. And I love everybody. I respect everybody, but I can't get down with that. My religion says I can't support those kinds of things personally or publicly. That's it. Now, of course, when you're an adult, when you're a grown-up, if somebody disagrees with something you're doing and they state their reasons why, usually that's good enough. We're just going to have to agree to disagree. You have your beliefs, I have mine. That's the end of it. But no, not when you're dealing with the petulant, childish left. Because if you don't agree, just not agreeing. Like if you say you like pineapple on your pizza. Now I think that's disgusting and I can't trust you around my loved ones. But that doesn't mean that I hate you. It doesn't mean that you hate me. They see disagreement, they see a difference in opinion as an attack. It's not just, oh, well, let's go hang out anyway. It's no, you hate me and you want me to die because you don't agree with what I do. So, of course, here comes the backlash. And it's, oh, the NHL needs to get with it and they're homophobic and I can't believe you're doing this. So I did some reading and it turns out after the Provolov or whatever, the New York, the Philly Flyer guy, I can't remember, it was a Russian name. But he did the same thing back in January, saying, I'm not going for it. I'm not wearing that shit. I don't have any hatred toward anybody who does, but I'm not doing it. So it turns out there were other teams. I think another New Jersey team, a New York hockey team, and somebody else. They did away with the Pride Night altogether. They didn't want to do it. I know how terrible. And I read an article where they were saying, well, they have mandatory nights for breast cancer and mandatory nights for the military and the Irish, I believe, the New York team, whatever, the New York Islanders or some shit. And they were saying how it's messed up that you have all these mandatory nights for that, but not the alphabet soup group. But those people, those groups that they're celebrating, the military and all that kind of stuff, that has nothing to do with sexuality. Because those things are more important than who you bang. Nobody cares who you're fucking. I know you want this whole world to be like Birdcage, but everybody's not going to accept what you're doing. And guess what? That's okay. It's all right. Right? Nope. If you don't agree with what I do and you don't agree with who I'm laying down with, you hate me. And that shit is so weird. Again, I don't understand why the acceptance of a total stranger is so important to you. Why do these hockey teams and sports teams that you probably don't even watch, why is it so important that they accept you? How do you have enough room in your life to give a shit what total strangers think about your sexuality? That's so unimportant. It has no place in the public sphere. Nobody cares, and that's what bothers them. They don't really believe that you hate them. They don't believe their own bullshit. What they don't like is that you don't like them. They weren't given acceptance. They weren't given the acceptance that they wanted or that they needed. So now they must get it from all of us. Mom, dad, whoever didn't give it to them, so they're going to get it from somewhere. You have to fill that void, John Q. Public. You have to fill this void in my heart that you don't even know about. Now it's your responsibility. No, it's not. What did the Rascal Flatts say? Life is a highway. And we're on this highway living life. The exit you need to take was 10 miles back. We're not flipping this whole big ass sumbitch called American society around so you can catch your exit. That was your responsibility. That was your fault. And if you didn't do it, too fucking bad. Join the group, join the flow of traffic, or fuck off. That's so weak. You don't even know me. Why do you care what I think about what you do? I'm not even thinking about you. That shit is so weird. I'm so glad that I had loving parents that gave me everything I need, because I don't know what happened. I don't know how people created these fucking monsters, these needy monsters. But I couldn't care less about what somebody halfway across the country or all the way across the country thinks about my sexual deeds. Who fucking cares? I don't need you guys to accept what I do in my private life, because that's exactly what it is. It's private. It's my business alone, not yours. Why are you even telling me about this? Why do you got these players, and they made a big deal about the fact that James Reimer was the only San Jose Sharks player to not wear the Pride jersey. He was the only one. He was an outcast, an outlier, a pariah. He was a leper. Don't touch him. He's disgusting. He was the only player who didn't do it. Say what you will, fellas. Back me up on this. Man, there ain't no way in the world I'm wearing no rainbow shit. Now, if it's my daughter or something, if we're at home and she went, Daddy, can you wear this, play this with me? That's one thing. But if you think I'm going to go out in public and wear some rainbow shit back in the alphabet soup group, hell fucking no. What are you talking about? Instead of worrying about James Reimer, why don't you worry about those other 19 jackasses who put that shit on? And that's another thing. Give us our rainbow back. That doesn't belong to you. You took that, twisted it, and perverted it and made it a representation of your fucked up lifestyle. Give us our rainbow back. Come up with your own shit. Didn't the Ku Klux Trans come up with their own flag? And I think it's the Ku Klux Trans flag and some other flag that they attached it to. But if you put 4 of them together in a square, it makes a swastika. I'm just saying, look it up. But that is their need for society at large to accept them is fucking weird. Why do you care if I care? I don't even know you. But no, they must have it. And they're going to get it this way. Now they're in positions of authority in these companies that make entertainment and make these policies. And now they're going to force you to accept them. Because we all know when you force somebody to do something, nothing ever goes wrong. Sometimes people just need to be forced, right? And you know the best group to force to do something they don't want to do is adults. Tax-paying adults who are making their own way in the world. They love to be forced into doing things. They love to be told what to do by somebody they don't give a fuck about. They love that shit. So keep it up. Nothing could ever go wrong when you force grown-ups to do something that they don't want to do. There's never a rebellion. There's never an uprising. Keep it up, Alphabet Soup Group, Ku Klux Trans, and you other sick fucks who are pushing this. Nothing will go wrong. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and MyGreenGear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.